Mayumi Arashi is a young Japanese woman who had recently given birth to her first daughter and returned to her parents' home to help them take care of the baby as well as herself after giving birth. On September 2, 1994, she left her home in Sumida Ward, Tokyo, to meet a classmate. According to reports, Mayumi went out alone and left her newborn daughter at her parents' house. And that was the last time this woman was seen. Sadly, like many other missing person cases, no one outside the family seemed to care about her fate, and the efforts to find her were almost non-existent. Because the incident happened a long time ago, it gradually faded into oblivion. But then, in 2011, something strange happened that suddenly made the case a hot topic of discussion on the internet. The reason was that Asahi TV in Japan did a report on Mayumi's disappearance. During an interview with the victim's family, many noticed that Mayumi's mother made some strange gestures behind her eldest daughter while she was on camera. Then, when it was Mayumi's father's turn to appear on screen, a sticky note on the bookshelf could be seen behind him. Viewers at the time suspected that the mother had placed this note while she was standing behind her eldest daughter. The note read, "Do not believe Yoko." This was a very strange statement, as Yoko is the eldest daughter of the Arashi family, and its sudden appearance seemed like a warning to the audience about Yoko's statements on the show. According to those who watched the broadcast, there was another oddity. It seemed that no one, neither the show's producers nor the victim's family members, noticed the note. The strange warning made many people feel uneasy and question its true purpose. Could it be that Yoko's parents feared their eldest daughter was somehow involved in Mayumi's disappearance and wrote a warning note that everything Yoko said was a lie? To know if this is accurate, we need to look at Yoko's testimony about what happened. According to Yoko, in the interview on September 2, 1994, around 7 p.m., Mayumi told her she would go out to meet a classmate and quickly left the house. The next day, when there was no news from Mayumi, Yoko contacted the friend mentioned the previous day to find out why her sister had not returned. After a brief phone call, she discovered that Mayumi did not meet the classmate the night before. The case became even more bizarre when Yoko found a note in her own closet, allegedly written by her younger sister. In this note were the words, "Do not believe Yoko." Upon seeing a phone number at the bottom of the note, Yoko immediately called the person known as A. After hearing the story. A confessed to meeting Mayumi on the morning of September 2nd and spoke in a cryptic manner. Yoko later claimed to have hired a private detective to monitor A's activities. This investigation lasted over 6 months and found almost nothing unusual, except for one instance on March 9, 1995. When the detective saw A entering the forest with 2 glasses of wine and returning empty-handed. The police then conducted a search of the area but found nothing significant. But remember, all of this was recounted by Yoko without any evidence to prove that it actually happened. Even the note mentioned in the story has never been found, as Yoko reportedly tore it up in anger after her call with A. And if, according to the note on the bookshelf, we are not to believe Yoko, then is it possible that the entire story about A or the detective was fabricated? After this report aired, the case gradually became famous on the internet, not just in Japan but in many other parts of the world, due to its strangeness. Many people tried to find out what happened to Mayumi and why the mysterious warning note appeared, but the lack of information made every effort hit a dead end. Some people shifted their focus to finding the footage of the news report on the case, but the recording could not be found either. Speculation and language barriers have led many to question whether Mayumi's disappearance actually happened. When you search for Mayumi Arashi on Google, most of the information available comes from unclear sources like Reddit or blog posts or online magazines. These articles usually just copy each other and tell the strange story of the disappearance with the mysterious note on the bookshelf in a superficial way, but they do not provide evidence of the exact origin of this story. However, if you pay attention, there's often a common theme in these articles: the name Super J Channel. Super J Channel is known as a program broadcast weekly by Asahi TV to report on prominent issues in everyday life. According to the information available, the story of Mayumi Arashi comes from a small segment in a special program on this channel. The program is called Where the Truth Hides, which specializes in discussing mysterious disappearances and unsolved cases. Even the 21 Faces monster incident was mentioned in this special program. When checking the archived website of Super J Channel, one can find quite detailed information about the story of a 27-year-old woman who disappeared on September 2, 1994. The website provides a complete account of what happened. From Mayumi leaving the house with the strange note sent to Yoko said, to Yoko's search efforts. But it does not mention anything about the strange warning note on the bookshelf. The website also mentions that the program Where the Truth Hides collaborated with a detective who was formerly a police officer from Hyogo Prefecture, and they found the person Yoko called A. But beyond this, there is no further information about A, such as his relationship with Mayumi, or whether he actually contacted Yoko. Another piece of information mentioned on the website is that Mayumi gave a large sum of money for an unclear purpose. At the end of the article, there is a contact number for the Missing Person Support, MPS, Association in Japan. If you follow the MPS website, you can find a page with Mayumi's portrait and background. This is perhaps one of the most concrete pieces of evidence that she actually existed and disappeared. Many people on 2chan have confirmed that the program Where the Truth Hides has never fabricated any stories about cases. Moreover, Asahi TV and Super J Channel have always tried to provide viewers with accurate information and usually immediately correct any mistakes in their broadcasts. So if everything is true, what happened to Mayumi? After following Mayumi's story, the first theory that many people were interested in was based on Yoko's statements. According to this theory, it is possible that everything Yoko said is true, and Mayumi disappeared after leaving the note for her sister. But why did she disappear? It is very likely that the shame of being betrayed by A and the embarrassment over her affair were the main reasons why Mayumi decided to leave. Remember that she had just given birth, and postpartum depression is not uncommon. It can cause a mother to experience emotional distress, frequent fatigue, and sadness, leading to anxiety about many aspects of life. The negative psychological effects could clearly lead her to make drastic decisions. Mayumi's disappearance reminds many people of a famous phenomenon in Japan called Johatsu. This phenomenon refers to people who, unable to cope with the pressures of life in Japanese society, choose to erase their identities to live a completely new life and deny their past. After that, they carefully conceal their whereabouts and gradually disappear from the sight of family and close friends. It is very likely that this is the decision Mayumi made to help her have a new, happier life. But we cannot ignore an important aspect of this case. The person called A, according to the program Where the Truth Hides. After cooperating with a detective, they found A and reported that this person received a sum of money from Mayumi. This proves that A does exist and is somehow connected to the victim. Remembering Yoko's story, it seems A met Mayumi on the morning she disappeared, coupled with A's cryptic words and strange behavior when he went into the forest on March 9th. Could it be that this person, known as A, did not want to continue his relationship with Mayumi and directly harmed her? But there is an important missing link that clouds the above theories. The strange note the victim's mother attached to the bookshelf during the Super J Channel recording. Why did she warn people not to trust Yoko? Did Mayumi's parents know something that we are not yet aware of? This leads viewers to the next theory, that Yoko was directly involved in Mayumi's disappearance. Clearly, no one can know whether the relationship between the Arashi sisters was good or bad, so it is difficult to assert whether Yoko had a motive to commit the crime. But there seems to be something shady behind the story of Mayumi leaving the house at night and disappearing suddenly. Why are all these events only told by Yoko, without any witnesses or solid evidence? Even the note that Yoko claims Mayumi left behind. Why was it torn up and discarded by the sister so simply, when it would play a crucial role in this case? However, many people also question what was written on the note. Do not believe Yoko. They suggest that we cannot immediately believe the note because perhaps, out of shame about their daughter's affair, Mayumi's parents wrote this note to deceive the public. When following additional social media pages in Japan, many people claim that the website posting information about Mayumi's disappearance on MPS was deleted in 2015. But even more strangely, instead of completely deleting the web page, a message was left there, reading, "Thank you for everything." This is considered a sign that a disappearance case has been solved and no longer needs the public's attention. So if everything is true, what exactly happened to Mayumi? There's not enough information to come to a final conclusion. Still, if Yoko is involved in this case, then it is possible that she ended up revealing the truth to her parents, and the police solved the case but decided not to publish the details to the public. But all the above hypotheses are just speculation, and until the exact answer is found, it is very difficult for us to conclude what happened in the disappearance of Mayumi Arashi. Unfortunately, if the information on the internet is true, it seems that person who left that message may never want the answer to be found. No matter what happens, the key to solving this case will be held by Yoko.